Yep. Hang on just a minute for me. Here we go. Have you noticed the hurrieder you get, the behinder you get? So this is no, it's not. It's a Tuesday, April the 6th, and it is time for another episode of Coffee with Mr. Larry. Even though it's about 2 o'clock, and but we can still have a cup together, and I can share with you some stuff I wanted to share. So we'll just go ahead and get started and go phone. So here we go. So today is National Student Athlete Day. They those kids, whether it's kids or college, whatever, they really work very hard, both at their athletics, but also their academics, hopefully. And so it's a good day to recognize them for all the work and energy and all the skills and stuff they learn being a part of a team. We don't see too much of that in our world today. So here's a little chuckle for you today, because we're going to talk a little bit about the IRS here in just a minute. And so, as the sign says, it is all about theirs, right? Their job is to collect that hard-earned money that you've made. So let's get going. Here's our hot topic for today. I should say, ask you, is it your intention to make the Internal Revenue Service the primary beneficiary of your IRA, your 401k, your 403b, or your 457 plan? Is that your intention, right? Well, what do you mean, Mr. Larry? Well, it's funny how they don't always tell you everything, and it's always the stuff they don't tell you that bites you in the neck. And so here's the deal. A couple months ago, a year or so ago, they passed this magical thing, and in that magical thing, they made some changes to how they handle your retirement account. If you have money in a retirement account, you need to know this: the rules can change. The rules that you grew up with, the rules that you put your money in, the rules that you started saving for your retirement can change. And the Secures Act proved that, because they did. It's funny how the government will do this. They will give you something and then take back something bigger. They changed the rules back in the Secures Act back at the end of, I guess that would be 2019. And basically what it said was that now your minimum age of RMDs went from 70 and a half, 72. Well, what also happened in that bill is that they abolished the ability to do what we called in our business stretch IRAs. What does that mean, Mr. Larry? Well, I'm glad you asked. So in the old days, if you had money in a qualified plan, you and your spouse, and you guys passed, and you didn't spend all your money, you could send that money to your heirs, either your kids or even on down to your grandkids, where all they had to do was take minimum distributions. They didn't have to take full distributions. And that's why they called it a stretch IRA. You can stretch that money out over time. Here's what I want you to get. If you're not careful, they eliminated the non-spousal beneficiary rules in the Secure Act, meaning that if you and your spouse have money in a 401k, 403b, SEP, any of the qualified plans, and you die, your beneficiaries are going to have to take that money out, and it's fully taxable to them. They're going to have to take that money out probably during a time when it's their highest income earning years and their highest tax paying years. They over a 10-year period of time. Now, they can wait the full 10 years and take it, or they can take it out a little bit at a time. But remember, that money your inheritance that you're leaving them is fully taxable to them. So here's the example. If you've got 2 or more beneficiaries of that money, the way the tax brackets are today, and you know they're going up, it may very well be that the IRS, the federal government, can get a bigger piece of that benefit of that legacy than your kids. That just doesn't seem right, does it? So there are ways to fix the problem, but you got to fix the problem before the problem happens. Now, I don't know about you. I believe that every American needs to pay their tax. We need to pay our share. But I also believe that you have a moral obligation to do that, and a legal one, but you don't have a moral or legal obligation to pay a penny more than you have. Listen, can I be honest with you? The rich people don't do it, right? They pay as little a tax as possible. Why shouldn't you do the same thing? The reason is most of the people don't know how to fix it, don't know how to do it, don't even know that it's a problem. Let me be maybe the first to tell you it's a problem. Wouldn't you rather leave your nest egg, that money that you worked all your life for, that money that you tucked away for your retirement, for your legacy? Wouldn't you rather leave that money to your kids, your grandkids, your church, a nonprofit? Wouldn't you rather see them get the money as opposed to the IRS? Because they're just going to spend it. Matter of fact, they're spending money they don't have today. So anyway, without getting into all of that, here's the bottom line. If you've got money in a qualified plan, that money is not all yours. And why not minimize it while the bill that you owe the Uncle Sam, why not minimize it while you can? I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Anybody, listen, it doesn't cost anything to talk, and I'd be happy to share some financial strategies with you that may help you. Obviously, you're going to want to consult your tax guy or your tax lady. But don't leave the decision for your kids, right? Don't leave them hanging with that tax bill that you could have taken care of. So anyway, go have a great afternoon. It is beautiful in Savannah, Georgia today. Well, I'm in Pooler, but you get the idea. Go out and enjoy it. Go take a look at God's green earth, because it's really, really, he's showing off right now in our part of the country. Go have a good day. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We will be back tomorrow with another episode of Coffee with Mr. Larry. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.